Alright. Sorry about that. Alright, we're on the investigation part of this. Glad we found the urn and all, but poor Delight got arrested again. Mr. Delight was in the CEO's office when the murder occurred. No way, Jose. I don't buy it. The one who proved that Mr. Delight was there was Mr. Nick himself, at least from what I can understand. Looks like you did too good of a job this time. How about we get started about looking into the security murder? I think I'm gonna head back to Korean for a little while if that's alright. Alright, Pearl. I'm gonna bring the Sacred Urn back and have some people take a look at it. No, you should stay here, Mystic Maya. I want you two to spend some quality time full of love and happiness. Pearls is so caught up in her fantasy she forgot there's a murder to solve. No fighting, okay? Okay, Nick, time to get going on this murder investigation. Oh, there it is. Okay. What to do, Sacred Urn. Okay. Start at the detention center. I already told you, it's not me. Sounds like they're interrogating. Yesterday they thought he was just a thief, now they got a murder case. Nicky boy Maya, Miss Delight. All I wanted to do is help my dear Ronnie. Yeah, but I guess it ended up hurting his case. Don't say that, Nick. She doesn't need your help beating herself up. Nicky boy, please help Ronnie. He's not a killer, I swear. My Ronnie wouldn't hurt a fly. Alright, I'll poke around and see what I can find out. Really? Are you serious? Oh, I'm so happy. I knew asking for your help was the right thing to do. I don't know what I can do to help anymore. Listen carefully, Nicky boy. My Ronnie would never kill anyone. It's just not in him. I don't think he would either, Nick. You have to admit he's got a bit of a temper to him. It's not that hard to imagine him just snapping, screaming, "Please die." He would never say that. Miss Delight, he might not be a murderer, but he's still going around saying that he's a thief. I already told you that's just a fantasy for him. Still, I hate to say it, but you're the one living in a fantasy world. How dare you? I know everything about my Ronnie, we don't have any secrets. Ronnie isn't the thieving type. He's so honest he wouldn't even sneak a nap. So honest he wouldn't even steal a glance. A thief, the very idea. Guess I just don't get it. Get what? Just can't understand how they can be so different yet be such a happy couple. It's not that mysterious, it was love at first sight for me anyway. What was love at first sight? Was it really love at first sight when you met Mr. Delight? Maybe not at first sight, but Ronnie saved my life. I was at work when two robbers suddenly rushed in. Not the kind of to curl into a ball, so I fought back. They took me hostage, I was so frightened. They were both carrying these huge knives and I broke down into tears. Mr. Delight come running to save you? Yeah, exactly. He looked so handsome in that guard uniform of his. He went right up to those two knife-wielding robbers and screamed in their faces. Please stop it, he screamed. I could see the robbers' faces turn pale. That high-pitched shriek of his does have a surprisingly strong effect on people. Then crying and swinging his arms like crazy, he attacked the two robbers. All by himself, he came to save me, a total stranger. All by himself. He was so scared, he was crying and shaking, but he still risked his life for me. He may not look it, but in a tough situation, there's no one better. That's why I fell in love with him like I did. So romantic, I'd fall in love too, I guess. I hope you do the same for me if I ever get taken hostage. Detective at me. I hate these kinds of people more than anything. Me, ace detective? Fine with ace detectives. So then you must mean thieves. They're alright. I just hate thieves that pretend to be ace detectives. There's nothing I hate more than cowardly men. Why'd you go to Atme's office? As the trial went on, I started to get more and more anxious. I went down there to find out about the real criminal. Obviously the real Master Mask is not my Ronnie, right? Yeah. And Atme knew more about Master Mask than anyone else. They mentioned it on the Great People Around Town segment on TV, so then I came here to ask some questions. That's right, I'll do whatever I can to save my man. The secretary said the ace detective isn't here, but I forced my way past her and into his hideout. That bag was sitting right there on top of the table. There's nothing lower than someone who would try to pin a crime on someone else. I hate those kinds of people more than anything. Oh, I already read that. I did not realize. Mr. Light, do you know about KB Security? Of course I do, that's where Ronnie works. She still thinks that he works there, and yet, according to what we heard today, Ronnie was once an employee by KB. He was a professional security guard. Godot did say was. It's true. Ron quit. He doesn't work there anymore. KB security is only about 20 minutes away by motorcycle. Larry told me it takes 30 minutes by car. I have to admit, I tend to fly pretty fast on my bike. To make it that fast, are you sure you weren't literally flying? Yeah, that's 50% faster. No. 33% faster. Why don't I give you a ride sometime? Or better yet, how about now? No, I'll pass, thanks. Why don't you just tell us where it is and we'll go ourselves? What a scaredy cat you are, Nick. I'm surprised Maya isn't afraid. If Maya's falling in love with Nick, I'm surprised she's not like, oh no, Nick doesn't want to take a ride. Like, she's not possessive at all. Let's head there right away. Yeah. That's Ron's wallet. Must have dropped it at the crime scene. I hate when other people poke their nose into other people's business. So she doesn't know about it. Okay. CEO office. So I guess this is where it all went down, huh? The walls in here look so thick, just like you'd expect of a CEO's office. Hey, it's you guys. Oh, it's Gumshoe. Today was a real train wreck for you. Prosecutors made a real fool of us. It's not like you at all. I thought you'd be more like, oh, that was great. You guys got what you deserved. Ho ho ho. Or something to that effect. Do I really sound like that to you, pal? Yeah, maybe a bit. If the gumshoe fits. The point is, I can tell when somebody puts their heart into their jobs. So, and I can sympathize when things don't go your way. Sometimes I feel like wrong is the only way things go for us detectives. Come on. I'll tell you, just don't start crying. Hell yeah, Gumshoe. The victim's name is Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Security and a big fella in his own right. His corpse was discovered at 9 this morning. Estimated time of death was 1 o'clock on the morning of October 12th. Cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head, probably an object in this room. Why did it take almost an entire day to discover the body? Bullard's body was stashed away inside that safe. Nobody had heard from him, and when they opened the safe, he came. I think we still need some more information. It's out the detention center screaming like a madman. Investigating me again? He keeps yelling. I didn't mean him. He's not the real thief anyway, right? Oh, you mean that detective at me? Ho 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 ho. That was great. The guy got what he deserved. Now that's a detective I know and love. Atme was always around when a calling card showed up. But he always mysteriously disappeared when the heist took place. I was hiding at the crime scene. Yeah, right. That's the lamest thing I've ever heard. That's how you just know he was the thief. But how hide Big Nose? If Big Nose, how hide? That would explain how he was able to retrieve the stolen items he keeps bragging about. Just did that to make him look like a great detective, that's all. One thing I can't figure out about a first heist. Tower of Amanon case. There was a witness. Newspaper clipping. That guard, haven't I seen him before? It's pretty small, so it's hard to see, but now that she mentions it. That prosecutor, I really don't like that guy. I thought he was fine. The way he used our own evidence to do it to Mr. Delight. Yeah, and I think he did that because he knew it would hurt more. That's what my gut tells me anyway. Yeah, but Godot's not willing to stretch the truth. When I was like, this guy's not a thief, he's like, maybe we hear him out. He wasn't like, either way I win in this situation. Either he's guilty of being a thief or he's guilty of being a murderer. Like, he just let us be stupid. He didn't have to do anything about it. It just happened. Who is that Java-addicted masked maniac anyway? Godot? He's quite the enigma. Thing is, I've never even heard of the guy. He just showed up at the prosecutor's office, came out of nowhere. He said this was his first case. It's true, according to the records anyway. No way he's an amateur. He's an Iceman in court, a maverick that gives me goosebumps. Goosebumps? You? Yeah, I knew something was off about him, so I asked about him. About him. Nobody would talk to me, they just turned the other way. Gumshoe, I had no idea you were so unpopular. That's not what I meant. Get the feeling he's hiding some dark secret. The guard. Is that Ron? Is that Ron? I'm sure I was gonna get him, so I was careless and lost info on the witness. The guard? Yeah, he and the detective worked together to try catching Mass to Mass, but he got away anyway, right? Got a weird feeling I've seen him around lately. There's a limit to how much my brain... Okay, he doesn't want to talk about it. This rope, you think it fell out of the safe when it was opened? That's the outline. Think about it, a dead guy was laying in here all night. Don't bother about fingerprints, there were none. Somebody opened the safe on the night of the crime, right? And so, Mr. Bullen's body was hidden in there. It must have mean that it was opened by either the killer or the victim, right? I got some bad news for you, pal. Are you ready? Opening this baby is no piece of cake. Only a few people who know how to open the safe. Everyone that knows how has an airtight alibi. Everyone except one. Former security chief Ron Delight. Who is security chief? Big binder. File. It's not about security or anything. It's about all the mask to mask. It's filled with info on him. Filled with detailed information about his methods and crime scenes. Look at the last page. It's a list. Let's see. Tier of Amanon, $100,000. It looks like a list of all the treasures that he stole. So 100,000 is the value of the item. I don't know. That sounds low to me. 100,000? Yeah, that's pretty low. For a precious diamond? CEO's desk, it's a lot simpler than I would have thought. Looks like a soft chair, let me try it out. Ooh, nice, I feel like a CEO. Whip me up a cup of some expensive import tea and some scones. The victim sat in this chair just before he was brutally killed, you know. Maya, you're... Why? Why do this, Maya? Those looks like some kind of bookshelf rolling cabinet hybrid. Can't get in between these two shelves. Don't strain yourself trying, it looks like these shelves are controlled by a special panel. One shelf at a time, huh? Looks like they're filled with a bunch of files. Be a good night's reading if you got insomnia. I was hoping for something more exciting like UFOs. Why would there be UFOs there, Maya? They're not the government. They're not gonna have hidden files on UFOs. They're a security company. There's a button. Let's see. Beep, beep, beep. Don't press that. That was pretty funny. Why'd you press that? It's an emergency buzzer. It says on the panel. Why press the button? Why not read? Nick, how many times have I told you to read instructions first? This alarm is connected to the basement guard room. It's used to summon security. It's possible on the night of the crime. Do you think he might have pressed the buzzer? Thought about that, so I already asked around down there, but they said that the buzzer never went off that night. Couldn't find any fingerprints on the buzzer. Mr. Bullard, the victim, wasn't wearing any gloves, just so you know. Look at that framed photo. Tall mountains rising majestically out against a dark, cloudy sky. There's a title written at the bottom, "The Greatest Sunrise of My Life." Okay, what kind of character is a security guard? This is really something else. For a security guard office, it sure doesn't feel secure. Excuse me. KB security guard. I just remember that Larry. Oh. Hey Nick, what's up? That's Larry's jacket. How's it hanging? And you got my sweet little Maya with you too. Hi Larry. Here I was working my fingers to the bone, and in walks an angel. Got no problems with the daytime date, it's all good. It's not what we're here for. We're investigating the Bullard murder. Oh yeah, that's right, you're a lawyer, aren't you? I've got some good info. What is it? I don't mind sharing with Lil Maya, but Nick is a different story. Larry, I thought you were school buddies. That was then, this is now. Okay, Larry, thanks. Tell us, what's the good info? Ron DeLight was an employee here, and naturally, since I'm a pro, I looked into his background. 1 year ago, Ron DeLight was fired. And there was no warning, it just happened. I still think that was pretty awful. What is it to be a part-time security? It's tough. I get by alright. I have to keep my eye on those monitors all the time. Security cameras set in each room around the building. It's really hard. Sometimes I feel like my eyes are gonna fall out. If I see something suspicious, I have to contact one of the teams. Security teams, they're the best in the business, but I'm no amateur either. If it's something small, I don't bother calling them. You're in the office when the murder took place, weren't you? Why do you say that? It's just that part-time job. I can't operate the equipment, and I'm dumb. You're still in charge of security. Don't pin the whole thing on me. It's not fair, Nick. The point is, you were here that night, right? Oh. If it smells, it's the butts. It's like I always say, that was then and this is now. Hey Larry, that's your jacket. I was told that never touch that lever. Something terrible if you do. So why do you hang your jacket on such an important lever? The jacket's weight pull the levers down, that's what they call an accident. So don't do it on purpose, but do it on accident. I bet it's not gonna let me read what this... Nope. That's my partner's seat. That's what I call her. She's my superior, kind of weird old lady. Oh no. I spilled some chocolate milk on mine. It still works fine. They really know how to build them. Something written is... Something printed is written as friend. Print 5 guard commandments. Obey thy superior. Respect by thy superior. Smile at thy superior. Salute thy superior. Buy donuts for thy superior upon command. Oh, please don't tell me it's old hag. Or old bag. It's gonna be old bag. Wendy old bag head supervisor. I knew it. Just one tough old bird. Cross her and you come face to face with a real genuine ray gun. Fortunately, she's on vacation. That's why I'm so relaxed right now. Thank God. Take a look at these things here. Larry, what are they? Did you say It's not like I have to know what they are to do my job. I always thought they were some kind of decoration. Okay. It's my workstation. I keep a steady eye on the monitors and use a mic for communicating. I think there's an instruction manual somewhere in this room. I guess I start by calmly looking for the instruction manual. During that time, my partner would calmly look for her reading glasses. That's what we call teamwork. Even my M pearls could run this place better. What's that supposed to mean? Those screens show what's going on over the building. It's my job to keep a steady eye on them. I accidentally pressed it. Okay, that's everything. So let's save and question the butts. Alright, Larry, you did something. There's a mystery in this case that I need to solve. Because it's your fault. Were you working hard like you were supposed to? Where else would I been? Didn't you sneak out of work yesterday to go see Miss Delight? That was that, and this is this. Is there any chance you snuck out of work last night too? Tell you what, I'll even bet you $1. Now that's confidence. What's with that drenched puppy look on your face? Have any evidence I left my position, or are you just pulling my chain? Evidence that Larry was not manning his station when the murder happened is... the death. No, I need something... You found the wallet. You handed this wallet to Miss Delight just yesterday. I expect you to remember something that happened just yesterday. Well, what time was it? Around 1 in the morning on the first floor of our company building. In other words, at the time of the murder you were away from the security guard office. But there's something you didn't think about. What's that? My shift that day didn't start until 10 p.m. The murderer might have snuck in before then. The murderer had snuck in before 10 p.m. Then it wasn't my fault. It was the fault of the guy whose shift it was before me. You know, it would be beyond a shadow of doubt that the killer snuck into the CEO's office after 10 p.m. during your shift. Used on 12th at 1 a.m. Yeah, there we go. Larry, when you use this keycard, does it leave a record? Yeah, it does, but I can't show you the record to anyone, you know? The keycard data was made public in the trial today. That you were at, Larry. Or maybe not. Any kind of info for that is supposed to go through me. According to the data, the door to the CEO's office was opened with this card. Furthermore, it was most definitely used at 1 a.m., the time of the murder. Someone used this to get into CEO's office. That happened at 1 a.m., right in the middle of your shift. Larry, you can't duck your responsibility this time. Yar. Come on, Larry. I knew it. It's all my fault. It's my fault that the boss was killed. There's nothing I could do. I have important issues to deal with too, man. What happened that night? My Donna happened. Your Donna? My Madonna. My Donna called and said, I have to talk to you right away. So I went to see her and he was standing there right next to her. Who was? Her new boyfriend. It was like a horrible joke. Before I knew what was going on, the guy socked me right in the kisser. No way I'm the one that... Normally I'm the one that does the punching, isn't that right, Maya? Yeah. So is that why you left the guard office? What can I do to make it up for it? Wow. Wow, 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 wow. He's curled up on the floor, crying like a baby. Nick, is there anything I can do? Just name it. Why don't you show him the evidence we've got? This buzzer in the CEO's office is directly connected to this room, right? Just like my heart is connected to yours, Maya. Go ahead, Maya. Press the buttons that are in your heart. I promise I'll come running to your rescue like the professional guard I am. God damn it, Larry. Wow, that was pretty good. Pretty good at what, Maya? Thanks, I try. Do you think you could tell us about the buzzer? Prepare to be wowed. Oh, I have to actually talk to him now. Accidentally pressed this buzzer earlier. Yeah, I heard it. So that was you, huh? Why didn't you come to the CEO's office? This is the third floor of the basement. The CEO office is on the first floor. I thought it'd be a good idea to adopt a wait-and-see approach. Plus, there's a police detective here, right? I just didn't think it was necessary. It's as if he's trying to win an award for the laziest person on the planet. Also, wouldn't he just dispatch one of the security teams? Like, he's not there to go and address it. Is it true that the buzzer didn't go off that night? It must be a record. You guys have had a look at it, right? Of course I did, and I couldn't possibly have made a mistake either. Do you think you could take one more look, pretty please? I can't say no to you, Maya. He's probably right. I don't even think Larry could miss a mistake like that. What's wrong? I made a mistake. Oh, great. There we go. Right when we have a tiniest bit of confidence in Larry. It's impossible. What about the records? That night, it went off just once in the morning at around 1 a.m. Larry got this guy killed. God damn it, Larry. Larry's gonna get fired. At 1:02 a.m. in the CEO's office. But there were no prints. Do you have any new info on the record? Nothing at all. Alright. Gumshoe about this. Gumshoe doesn't want to hear about it. Treasures of Crane exhibit is all ruined now. Sorry, it's just so sad. This is our big chance for everyone to learn about spirit channeling. Maybe I can cheer her up somehow. Well, now that we got the sacred urn back, maybe they can reopen it? Really? Sure, maybe we can label it the Urn of Mask to Mask's Desires. It would probably attract a lot of attention. That's brilliant, Nick. We could clean up and be filthy rich. That was surprisingly easy. Thing here is the same. It's you, Mr. Wright. Miss Andrews, what is she still hanging around down here? What about the sacred urn? The urn? Oh, it's been taken care of. I mean, it's been found? Yeah. It was brought in during the trial today. You really are the greatest, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright had nothing to do with it. Well... It was Master Mask's wife that found it. Anyway, I'm so relieved. I heard all about it on the news. So that detective was actually the thief all along. It looks that way right now. It's my fault. I'm the one who ended up hiring Damask to guard the treasures. Don't blame yourself, you were just doing your job. Yeah, and it gave him a perfect alibi for being there. It's like, oh, I was hired 10 days before Master Mask sent his calling card. She wants to apologize, you should let her. When was it that you hired Detective Atme? 20 days ago. His name is Look at Me and he dresses like a phantom thief. Like, that makes perfect sense. And when was it that you got the calling card? 10 days ago. So he sent a calling card to the very place he was hired to guard. As if it was a challenge. Detective Atme must have really wanted the sacred urn after all. So Master Mask was murdered someone as well. Well, no, that was probably just Ron or someone else. Thought he was here stealing the urn at the same time. Talking about a criminal mastermind, so anything is possible. On the night of the theft, did you notice anything odd about Detective Atme? No, I couldn't have. After all, he was hidden the entire time. I never even caught a glimpse of him. He claims that's the way he always operates. That's just what he claims so he can have an alibi when he commits the thefts himself. At least from what we understand. Caught in the crime scene photo dressed up as Master Mask pretty well. Hiding his nose though. So glad that you got the Sacred Urn back. Something that still bothers me about it. Not exactly sure, but somehow that urn that came back seems different. I don't know anything, why would I? She fixed the urn. She was the one that fixed the urn. What do you think this means, Nick? It means a person has a secret. It's our very own Miss Andrews. This should be easy to do. Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the Sacred Urn? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibit. The urn was submitted before the court today. It's obviously not the same as before. It's true. Could be a fake. You're the ones who said it wasn't the same. That's the most obvious explanation. Do you have evidence that the urn that was submitted at the trial was genuine? submitted at the trial was genuine. I have evidence that the one stolen was genuine. Pathetic looking wooden box. Maybe clues. You made that poor excuse of a box. Admi said he got hit in the back of the head with this by the thief, but it was obviously a lie. Turned out Admi was a real thief. Alright. This is the camera and computer that Admi set up. Yet he still let it take a picture of him. It's not as smart as he pretends to be. Camera belonged to Lordly Taylor, so he knew he couldn't tamper with it. So then why would Mask to Mask, allow that to happen? I mean, to prove that Mask to Mask stole it. He needed proof that Mask to Mask stole it, so that's how he proves it. All I can see is Burr. Statue wasn't where it is when we first came. Somebody moved, it was probably Mask to Mask. Looks to me like it's been dry. There's something suspicious about this paint mark. The bottom left of it is shaped oddly and it's shockingly pink. Looks like the door. I can see big boxes. Alright, let's experiment, see if I can piece together what the answer is. Any evidence that the urn that was submitted was genuine? Whoops. Yeah, no, I don't have any evidence. Place is literally crawling with cops. What do you expect now that they know he was actually Mask to Mask? This must be incredibly embarrassing, don't you think? Guess they're trying to make up by tearing the place apart. Gumshoe's not here. He's homicide. He's probably working on the murder case. Why wasn't he in charge of the Mask to Mask investigation all the way up to yesterday? Murder case is more interesting. Okay. Investigating, keep your hands to yourselves. Okay. So I gotta come back later. It's one of the key cards from Ronnie's company. It's been a long time since he's used one. Ronnie's wallet. Kane's list. Wait a minute, what's wrong? We copy that data, don't show it. He might get mad. Ready to whispering. It's my Bible. They really want you to show it to me. Tear of Eminon, Crown of Bangora, Left Hand of Hades, Portrait of Magina. Always increasing in value. We should be investigating the murder. We need to find out where KB is located. We already did that. Something different. Take a look at this. It says I am. And we got back. It says Ami like it always used to. The vase has pink splotches. Oh yeah. Guess people still go to Crane to do training. Spermium has no memory of what happened. Wait, any proof that it wasn't a fake? Do I have evidence that it was genuine? Okay. I don't have evidence that it was genuine. Maybe I can talk to Gumshoe about it. Still got no idea why Master Mass would go after a broken old pot. I mean, this tasteful old family heirloom. Good point. Why go after a worthless piece of junk? I mean, worthless in a good way. This is first for this guy. Adrian Andrews hired at me as security even before the calling card came. I wonder if that has anything to do with how things played out.
Okay. Hmm. Voted best treasure exhibit by Mask to Mask. I hired him before we even got a calling card. I guess that was a mistake. He sent a calling card to the very exhibit he was hired to guard. Wonder if he did it because it was easy to steal, but he should also know that he could have easily become a suspect. I thought the whole exhibit would be brightened up by something shiny and gold, that's why I went into trouble borrowing it from the Branch family training hall. I arrived rather late, so I thought I wouldn't be able to put it on display. It looks like the statue was moved on the night. Do you know anything about that? Certainly wasn't me that moved it. So she won't know anything about Ron. This is all same stuff. Take care of the speckled urn, won't you? Truly, mask to mask. I've tampered with. Camera got the fine time too. Must have damaged the sword to pick up his phony story. CEO. So I need to ask about the blackmail. So let's go talk to Gumshoe. Why would Kane Bullard have been blackmailing Ron Delight anyway? Mr. Delight used to work at KB. What was about it that made him quit? I'm in the middle of investigating that now. Oh yeah, I can do this. Kane Bullard. Kane Bullard, not Shane Bluebard. Victim doesn't make much of an impression on me. You were the victim until Mr. Bullard was found dead. His body wasn't discovered until this morning. Anyway, we don't have enough info. Can you help us out? A little confused myself. For some reason, I'm just blabbering like an idiot. The victim. CEO of KB, what kind of company is it anyway? Send security teams to buildings to guard them. Mr. Bullen must have had the chance to learn a lot of secrets doing this work. I don't know what kind of guy, but he was kind of a money grubber. Oh, he didn't pay his employees that well. Looks like he did some pretty shifty stuff to earn his millions. So that's my problem. I need to be shiftier. He was involved in selling trade secrets between rival companies. Oh my god. Pretty dirty and underhanded. You could do that too, Maya. Pretty easily. Anytime a tech CEO dies, you can just be like, alright, I'm gonna summon this guy and you can ask him whatever you want. KB used to head security operations against mask to mask. After screwing up many times, the company's reputation took a massive nosedive.
Okay, now I can go to the detention center. Mr. Wright. Did they finish their interrogation? Please don't leave me alone anymore. You lied to us before, didn't you? You see, on the same night the sacred urn was stolen from the Lordly Taylor store, a blackmail letter you got summoned you to KB security to hand over some money. And that's where the CEO, Kane Bullard, was murdered. But there's only one Ron Delight, am I right? So the question is, where were you that night? This time I want to hear the whole truth. Your life depends on it. Do you still insist you are mask to mask? Isn't that what I've been saying since yesterday? That was a quick response. To be honest, it's starting to get irritating. At the trial, we learned that your true identity, didn't we? Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one myself. Was that him admitting that he was the thief? Or was that him admitting that I had become his rival? I wasn't the one who stole the urn. After all, you were at KB Security at the time. And the person dressed up as mask to mask in this photo, it's got to be a Detective Atme. You went to KB Security, right? I went at the time the blackmail note said I should. What happened next? I used to work there, so I knew where the CEO office was. I knocked, there was no answer, so then I used the key card. That's probably when he dropped his wallet. When I went into the CEO's office, someone was in there. Luke at me? And suddenly they bashed me over the head. Bam. Was it Kane Bullard that hit you? Well, it was obviously Luke. But we don't know that. Person ran away while I was still stunned. Hey, Master Betty. This game is amazing. It is. It's so much fun. There's a couple times where I'm like, that's kind of stupid, but the situations they think up are always so funny. When I came to my senses, the sight I saw left me speechless. The dead body of the CEO was right in front of me. I thought I'd die myself. Anyway, I thought I should do something with the body. So that's why you put it in the safe? Yeah, like this. Stuck on episode 5. I've gotten stuck like once or twice, to the point of having to look up what I'm doing wrong. I think there was... I don't remember which one it was. I think it was the big top one. I used to be one of the chiefs of the security team, so I knew how to open it. What did you do after that? Well, I got out of there for starters. I was the one who set up the security cameras in the building, so I knew how to avoid being spotted by them. This guy is not selling himself very well. Why were you fired? It's true that 1 year ago you were forced to quit. That's different phrasing than being fired, but okay. I'm begging you, don't tell Desi, please. You haven't told anyone. No, suppose I'll have to tell her sometime. She'll find out eventually. Why have you been hiding it from her anyway? Desi would despise me if she ever found out I was living a life of crime. A criminal, a thief, she'd never forgive me, my marriage would be over. Knowing that, why did you become a thief in the first place? Because Desi spends money like it's water. There's no job in the world that can bring in enough money except being a thief. At least that's what I thought anyway. I want to ask you about the list. The case with one murder that happened in 2 different locations. Oh yeah, that case is rough. That case is really rough. I really like the mechanics in that case. I was just thinking about it like a couple minutes ago. I was like, I really liked being able to examine the evidence and like find little things on them. But I think that's a feature they added when they remastered the game. So none of these second or third game have it. Alright, this list, we found it in the office of the CEO. This is a list of all the things Master Mask stole. And the value that's listed next to them. 100,000, 1,500, or 150,000. You sure that's the value of the stolen items? Numbers seem a little low to me. Even on the black market, the price should at least be 3 times higher than that. Guess he knows about that because he used to be a security guard. It's an odd thing to know. The office buzzer. Don't press it, it makes a terrible racket. I just love making a lot of noise. Does this buzzer have anything to do with the case? At this point, I don't really know. Buzzer went off around the time that Bullard was killed. Do you know anything about that, Mr. Delight? I'm afraid I don't. Hey, this is an article about my debut heist. Boy, that was a tough one. Before I knew it, they were hot on my trail. But Master Mask, he must have gotten away, right? It says in the article that he disappeared. That's right, I got a sudden burst of inspiration. I hid my Master Mask costume in a nearby plastic bucket. Then I changed into my security guard uniform. Pretty clever, huh? Hold the phone. The guard in this photo, is that you? That's right. Nice trick if I do say so myself. Huh. I'm starting to believe this guy is the thief. Nice and easy to figure out. Even Pearls could see through that in a heartbeat. Guard in the photo is Ron Delight. As you might expect, Detective Atme found the disguise. He truly deserves the title of Ace Detective. Dr. Atme found the Master Mask disguise. And I heard that he brought it home with him. So that's when Atme got his hands on this. Yeah, so that explains when he got the costume. Thanks to that, I got the chance to remake my costume. Must have been really time consuming. Yeah, it took a while to complete. Anyway, a few days after that, I received the first of the blackmail letters. Got them starting when? Don't get so worked up. Are you kidding me, dog? Is this the first one you got? No, of course not. But this is the first one that ever called me out to a specific location. So did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident? Yeah, just a few days after the Tear of a Man in heist. First letter, it said, I know you did it. Someone found out about your true identity just like that? It's not that easy being a master thief. I've got proof that it was you, so give up, it went on to say. So in the end, I had to give up the treasure I went through all that trouble to steal. What do you mean you had to give it up?
Don't worry, after I put the jewel in a safe deposit box, the letter specified someone sent me $10,000. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. What are these plans? Instructions on how to steal a crown or painting or some other rare treasure. It showed security blind spots, escape routes, and even suggested training methods. He created Mask to Mask. And he created Ron. So you mean that the one who planned the heist wasn't you? Ron, freaking Luke at me created this entire thing to frame Ron so that way he could solve it and take the credit, but it backfired on him. I only planned the very first one. After that, I received plans from some kind person, incredibly detailed plans. Sounds like Mr. Delay is thankful to the person that was blackmailing him. So Ron Delight was Mask to Mask, but someone else is behind the thefts. All I had to do was deposit the treasures I stole into the safe deposit box. Then I just waited for the cash to come in the mail. So you went after the sacred urn because of those plans too? Truth is, I've never seen the urn. All I did was follow the instructions to steal what I was told to steal. Don't tell Desi. Are you sure? Do you swear that it wasn't you who killed him? All I did was hide those body, but then I was afraid they'd discover what I did, so I turned myself in. Turned himself in to get guilty of the robbery. Mystic Maya. Hey, Pearls. Oh, Pearls is back already. What have you been up to this whole time? Sacred urn. I brought it back to Crane Village and had it examined. What did you find out? They say it's the real urn. There's one small problem. Cute little pink splotches. They said it's paint and it was put on the urn recently. Okay, I guess we're talking to Andrews. Please don't forget about me. Pearl, nice to see you. Hello there. I haven't seen you around. What have you been up to? I had the urn examined. Oh, I see. Let's look around one more time. This box, there's something about it that's bothering me. That's the box the sacred urn was in. Looks like there's pink paint. It's definitely the same color as the stuff on the urn. I think I know how the paint got on it now. Oh, this is gonna be tougher than I thought, huh? Paint's been dry. There's something suspicious about the paint mark. Bottom left is oddly shaped and it's shockingly pink. Odd shape is the box. Yeah. There's a little bit of paint on it as well. It's turning out exactly as I thought it would. We're that much closer to solving the mystery of the urn. Am I gonna need to examine this again to say that it had been moved? Okay, I think I'm good. Okay. Let's save. Present. present, the Magatama.
Evidence that it was the real thing. Yes. Here's the evidence. Again, it was broken 1 year ago, and now it looks like the same thing has happened, and quite recently. This urn was broken recently? That's exactly what I'm saying. How do you know? Because of the poster. This poster was made recently, right? Poster of the exhibit. At the time this photo was taken, the urn said, "I am," but now it says, "Ami." When the urn was fixed, the letters were transposed. I don't know anything about that. I wasn't even there when the photo was taken. And though the urn was broken, I had nothing to do with it. Must have been one of the people at the photo shoot. They probably dropped it. Do you have any proof that the urn was broken at the Lord Lee Taylor? The paint. What is this supposed to mean? There's pink paint all over this urn. There's pink paint all over the floor and walls of this basement warehouse. In other words, this urn was broken here. Can't weasel out of this one, Miss Andrews. You can get pink paint anywhere. There's none in my office, but there is in my room. Liar. Nah, she probably has pink in her room. Paint on the urn and the paint on their floor. There's no proof it's the same paint. Well, Miss Andrews, I think I should be the one answering. Are you feeling ill? You really should take some time off and relax. What the heck? Paint on the urn and there's no proof it's the same paint. Proof linking the paint on the urn to the paint on the floor is... Oh, there. Paint on the box. I wanted something a little bit more literal connecting it. Not just the general idea of it. Urn was stored in this, right? That's right. Well, there's pink paint on the box as well. I think you already know where I'm going with this, don't you? Paint on the floor has an odd shape. If you put the box into the impression on the paint, you can see it fits perfectly, which means that the box was dropped right over there. And that is when the urn was broken. Your name does you justice, Mr. Wright. Why didn't you just tell me the truth, Andrews? I was the one who broke the urn. I'm a terrible person. Not only did I break it, I tried to hide what I did. That's not so hard to understand, is it, Pearls? I know just how she feels. I broke it, too. Happened about 2 weeks ago. Just after the poster was taken on the same day it arrived. Thought I'd keep it down here for safekeeping. I was carrying it in the box when I tripped on a paint can and lost my balance. The box I was carrying crashed into the ground. I heard that terrible noise. I thought my heart was going to stop. Fearing the worst, I opened the lid, and that's when it happened. Pieces fell out of the box and landed right in the paint. I was in shock and let out a huge scream. I knew it was the most important treasure in all of the Crane village, so I tried as hard as I could to fix it. Fortunately, the shards were pretty big. That's when the I am got changed to Ami. I didn't know how it was originally written, but any sane person fixing it would have assumed it said Ami. Put the urn into the storeroom, and no one had seen it since then. Interesting. Something I don't get. When we first came here, I didn't see any paint stains. Because it was so ugly and embarrassing, I used the golden statue to cover it. It was on the night the urn was stolen. No paint marks. The golden statue happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. It would be perfect size for covering up stains. Came here and it was moved. Why was it moved? Don't know anything about that. I placed it here to cover the paint. Why would I move it again? Statue was closer to the door. The next day it was moved, but why? There's some connection between the urn and the murder case. Because that night, the real thief Rondolite was at KB, so then why did another mass-to-mass show up here? A lot of different things are pointing to one undeniable fact. Looks like that thief is going to be making another appearance. Interesting. Alright, well, part 4-1. That was a good investigation session. It's starting to figure out what happened, I guess. But I'm gonna take a break here. I might be back later, play some more. Not sure. But I need to go feed my dog, so I'm gonna go do that. And I might be back later to play more or play something else. We'll see. But thanks everyone for stopping by. I appreciate it. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Good night, good evening. And I'll catch you later.